Hello, you beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I am Eden, and I am so happy to have you. And if you are returning, I am just as happy to have you. I hope that whatever day you are watching this, you are having a fabulous, thriving, surviving, beautiful day, week, month, new year, since January is officially coming to an end this week. And also make sure that you hit the subscribe button below so that you do not miss a beat in all the videos coming your way. Because like I say in almost every video, who wouldn't want to see more of me? She says always, oh so humbly. My ADHD is very active today, which is why I'm moving so much and just unable to get comfy, I guess. But this video, I really want to talk about why I started on my own healing journey, why I started on my own self-development journey, self-love journey, personal development, why I started reading so many self-help books, and I just really started getting my shit together for myself. And I mean, not that I have all of my shit together, trust me, but I'm trying, and I've been trying for a while now, but I really want to talk about what pushed me in the direction of getting myself together mentally, emotionally, spiritually, being in check with my internal well-being. Because obviously it's different for everyone, whatever pushes you in the direction of wanting to heal, grow, evolve, learn, and all of those things that come with self-growth and personal development. Because each one of us has our own story as to what brought us to the choices that we made to help ourselves in the ways that we do. And for me, it was because I got so tired of my own bullshit. I was at a point in my life where I was angry all the time. I was literally miserable all the time. I feel like I was just spewing poison into the world because I was walking around so miserable, so upset. And my anger, I put onto so many different people. I was a walking, talking, ticking time bomb that you said the wrong thing to me, I would explode on you. And I was very aggressive. I was passive aggressive, mean, bitchy, cold, you name it, I was it. And I walked around thinking that the world owed me something because I had shitty experiences when I was younger and I went through traumatic things. And I was well, everyone owes me something because I went through these shitty things. And if I went through these shitty experiences, I'm gonna walk around and be angry and pissed off and put all of that on other people and take all of my anger out on other people. When in reality, it wasn't even that I was just angry, is that I was really hurt. I was broken in a lot of ways. I was damaged in a lot of ways. And I think that we've all heard the saying, hurt people hurt people. And that is so fucking true. When you are hurt, you might not even realize it on a conscious level that you are walking around hurting other people. And not only hurt people, angry people hurt people, resentful people hurt people. It can go into all the negative emotions that we feel and harbor inside of us when we are upset and we are angry and we are hurt and we are damaged and we are broken, and we project that onto everyone around us. And I hurt a lot of people that I loved and were very close to me. And I also hurt a lot of people that were strangers and I didn't really have a relationship with. And I got to the point in my life where I hit the point of, I'm so tired of my own bullshit. I'm so tired of being angry all the time, because the only person that is responsible for my not only internal state, my internal well-being, but how I see the world is me. No one owes me anything at all. And I might not have become this person that I was solely on my own, and other people played factors in it, yes, but I am solely responsible for the person that I am today. The things that happen in our lives, we might not have a say in, we might not have control over, we might not have any of that, but we are responsible for how we allow those things to make us and how we allow those things to help us grow and help us heal and help us overcome. And I now look back on some awful shit that I have been through in my life, and I'm wow, I wouldn't be who I am now without those things happening to me. And that's not something that happens overnight, because like I said, I was angry for a really long time. Like the majority of my life, I was a very, very angry person. I was a very mean person. I was a very cold person. And it was all on a subconscious level because it wasn't me intentionally walking around being like, I'm gonna be a walking, talking, living, breathing tornado, like destroying everything in my path, which that's kind of dramatic, but like honestly at times like that's what it was, that I would create chaos wherever I was. I would create destruction wherever I was and whoever I came in contact with. And it wasn't even on a conscious level that I was doing this. It was so subconscious because I was just conditioned to be angry, and I was conditioned to believe that anger and resentment and misery was an okay emotion to feel, and that walking around being this negative entity in a way was acceptable. Because in my upbringing, the only emotion that was really allowed to be shown was anger. So I got so comfortable just showing anger all the time as the only emotion. Like not talking about emotions was like not a thing in my upbringing. Talking about your feelings was not a thing in my upbringing. Like everything in the way I was raised was you push everything down, you pretend it didn't happen, you pretend it wasn't there, you sweep it all under the rug, and you go on living your life like everything is rainbows and daisies, and that's that, and you pretend that you're fine. And suppressing emotions like that, suppressing traumatic experiences, suppressing bad shit and awful shit takes a toll on our bodies. It takes a toll on our mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. And I view it as like the way I see it in my own body is like when you hold on to like anger and resentment and contempt and all those things, it's like a disease in your own body. And like I see it as like, no, when you see like mold spreading on something, and like I have like a vivid picture in my mind right now of like black mold and how it like goes along like walls or floors or anything like that. Like that is how I physically view holding on to anger and putting it into the world, that like it's like mold growing inside of you that just goes into every crack and crevice of your body and then like goes into the world around you. And when I started realizing that I am solely responsible for me, I am solely responsible for my internal well-being. I am not only that, my internal well-being, how I see the world and the world around me, I am responsible for. And once I kind of had that switch go off in my head, that I was like, and I can't even say what brought me to that point, because it was just like, I was just tired of my own bullshit. I was tired of waking up every day and being like angry and miserable and hurting the people I loved, and not being able to facilitate like genuine connections with people because I was so guarded, because I was so angry and I was so hurt, and I didn't know how to handle my emotions, and I didn't know how to process my emotions, and I didn't know how to ask for help. And when I realized that, okay, I can change this maybe by changing how I see myself. I can change my outside world from the inside. And if I can do that in like one, like I didn't do this like overnight. This is something that I'm still seriously working on, but I changed it in like a little area in my life that I was like, okay, if I can do one small thing to help change my perspective of the world and see if that changes how I feel internally, maybe I can do this. And I did that, and I started really small, and it was little things that I did over time that helped me cultivate that foundation for myself and develop that relationship with myself, and being able to change my view of the world, and not only the view of the world around me, but the view of myself, of from anger and resentment and content and hate and revenge and pretty much every negative emotion you can name. I was a walking, talking, breathing one of those. Like I was a very unhappy person when I was younger because I was very broken and I was very damaged and I was very hurt, and I thought that the world owed me something because I had shitty things happen to me. And it wasn't until I got tired of my own bullshit that I was like, I am solely and only responsible for me. And yeah, like I said, at one point already, other people may have played a role in me becoming this person, and experiences played a role in me becoming this person, but they aren't responsible for who I am. They helped me become this person, yes, but they aren't responsible for me. I am responsible for me. I am responsible for the world around me. And if I don't change this, I'm gonna live a very miserable life. And I saw a lot of people around me firsthand that lived very miserable lives, lived very angry lives, never forgave and never loved in the ways that they really could have, and never let go of certain things or moved on from certain things or tried to heal at any capacity. And seeing that firsthand, when you see people who hold on to everything negative that has ever happened to them and views the world in a way that it owes them something, that misery is terrifying. And when I saw that, and I really opened my eyes to it, because I didn't realize it before, because I didn't even realize that I was this like soul-sucking miserable person. So once I realized it in myself, I started being able to see it more easily in other people. And then I would look at those people around me and be like, my biggest fear is becoming you. Like, I refuse to be you. So I started taking little steps to work on my self-compassion with myself. I started reading self-help books like there was no tomorrow. I started educating myself on trauma. I started educating myself on the experiences that I had had in my life. And I started listening to podcasts and taking in content that helped me better understand myself, helped me better understand the things that had happened to me in my life, helped me better understand just because we have something bad that happens to us, which we all do. None of us come out of life unscathed. We all have things that have made us who we are. But if you can listen to people who have been through similar things or who have been in dark places and see how they've overcome it, it gives you that sense of hope. And like, that sense of hope for me was the light at the end of the tunnel, that I was like, okay, I can work slowly and I can learn to be a happier person, and I can learn to cultivate better thoughts and have a better mindset and pave the different path for myself. I don't have to be this angry person all the time. I don't have to be this miserable person all the time. I can change. And fully realizing that you have every ability to change who you are, to change the circumstances that you have, to change the mindset that you have. You might not be able to change the past, but you can help shape your future by changing who you are right now. That is beautiful. That is amazing. That is remarkable. We are all so much more powerful than we believe. And I thought that people like me that talk about positivity and self-love and compassion and overcoming trauma and healing, I thought those people were like bullshit. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't, like, that's so ridiculous. That's so cringe. Like, we're going to use that word right now. Like, I could never be one of those people. They're so whatever, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm one of those people. And from being on one extreme to the other, I understand now. And I understand why it's so important to take control of our own lives, and why it's I've just been so tongue-tied lately. Why it's so important to recognize that we have the power to change, that we have the ability to change, that no one else is responsible for us changing but ourselves. No one else is responsible for who we are today and right now but ourselves. Like I've said multiple times now, yes, other people will play a role in helping shape who you are, and other experiences that are out of our control will help shape who we are. But at the end of the day, we are solely responsible for who we become from those experiences. And I used to be one of those people that I used all of my shitty experiences as an excuse to be a shitty person. And it's not an excuse, because we all have things that have made us who we are. We all have traumatic experiences. But whatever experiences those are, does not give anyone a right to be an awful person to other people. And that was something that took me a really long time to learn. And I'm 26 years old. I think that I stopped being angry only a couple of years ago. And it's been a work in progress, and it is something that I'm committed to every single day. And it is something that is not easy. My foot is falling through my couch. Well, it's not really a couch, it's a seat, but it's fine. It is a slow moving journey. It's something that I'm absolutely committed to every day. And healing is a lifelong commitment. Like, working on yourself is a lifelong commitment. There are some things in our lives that you may never even heal from. And I know that that might sound daunting, but it's true. There are some things in our life that we learn to cope with better, that we learn to manage, that we survived, that we can grow from in certain ways, but there's no guarantee that you're ever going to heal from it. But that doesn't mean that it's not worth working towards every day, that it's that you aren't worth working towards a better you every day, because you absolutely are. All of us, every single living, breathing being is innately worthy of having a great life and is innately worthy of growing every single day and having compassion and self-love every single day towards themselves and living a life that they are proud of and that they are happy about. And regardless of whatever your past may be, whatever your former experiences may be, those do not dictate by any means who you become tomorrow. Who you were yesterday does not mean that you have to be that person tomorrow. And that was something that for me was like a breath of fresh air, realizing that who I was years ago, being that angry, miserable person, is not who I have to be my entire life. And having that realization was a weight lifted off my shoulders. And there are times where who I was gets to me, of course, because I did things that who I am today, I am not proud of. And if I could make amends with every single person I hurt in my past, I absolutely would. I would do it in a heartbeat. I would apologize for the people that I did wrong and the people that I hurt and the damage that I caused for some people along the way. And working towards that. I may not be physically be able to do that have those conversations with people, but being able to work towards a better, kinder, more loving version of myself every day and putting that out into the world is my way of trying to make amends with the people that I didn't do the greatest in my past. And if you ever look at instances that you have done in your past that you aren't overjoyed about and extremely happy about, or that don't reflect who you are today, and you might not physically be able to make amends with whatever it was in your past, work towards putting a better you out into the world now, and that can be your contribution and that can be your amends in a way. So whatever your reason is that you have started on your own healing journey and your own personal growth and self-development journey, know that it is not easy. That is a lifelong commitment. That is a roller coaster ride, to say the least. But it is absolutely worth it every single day, because you are absolutely worth it every single day. Thank you so, so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next week.